Welcome back. Glad to see you again. Today we're going to take a look at Wave Race Blue Storm on the Gamecube. I've got a widescreen hack, so the menus and the replay are stretched, but in-game it actually looks good. I'm going to do a championship first. Now here's a little secret menu. You can change the colors of the characters. I seem to have better luck with having that set to tight. But I'll be honest with you, I have a very difficult time with this game. I actually recorded quite a bit of this already, but it didn't turn out very well. The aspect ratio was still weird. If you play this on the Super Gamecube, for some reason it squishes itself horizontally, whether you're displaying it in 4:3 or 16:9. You're always going to have a little bit of black bars on the side. So I had to use the fit to screen option. You can see they're stretched out there, but as soon as it gets into the game, they look fine. I got up to the next difficulty up higher than this, and I had to tap out because I couldn't do it. I think this game is extremely difficult, bordering on shitty controls, which is a shame because it looks really good. So we're just going to take kind of an easy look at it today. I'm not going to be pushing myself too hard. We're just going to look at some of the levels and look at some of the characters. We'll be able to look at all the characters actually, because as far as I know, there aren't any unlockable characters in this. Just a few stages. I rarely use the boost because you really lose control when you do. You pretty much have to be moving like in a straight line only when you use the boost. If you are good at this game and you were able to beat like the championships and the hard stuff, then my hat is off to you. I'm gonna stick with my tradition of naming them after Fist of the North Star characters. Talk was my attempt at naming him Toki, but it was only 3 characters. I'm gonna do this one and get it out of the way. This stage is really hard. This stage is about my skill limit for the game, and there's stuff that's even harder. I don't want this to be too negative, but I'll just say up front and clarify that I think Wave Race 64 is the better game here. But I did have a good amount of fun with stunt mode. I'm actually recording this after part 2 because I'm re-recording part 1. Yeah, get wrecked. Get wrecked, Serena. Those jumps I don't quite understand, because sometimes, no matter how well I think I've hit them, they still just like biff it right when they go off the jump. I'm actually doing a lot better than I was before, but that's because I lowered the difficulty back down to normal, which I think is actually easy. Although in this game, no, there really is no easy difficulty. Despite the art style, this game is surprisingly hard. I don't know how anybody can control Dave and Rob. It says they're for advanced players. I think Ryota and Ayumi are for beginner up to advanced. Ryota's basically the Mario. He's the Mario of the game. I really like the character designs in this. The character designs and the art style are really good. Be nice to do if I could do a music video for this, set it to like some Joe Satriani. That would be so good. I wonder if there are other sites where you can post that kind of stuff, like just for shits. Where you don't need to worry about copyright stuff. Nigel. I think the finale for this is the Arctic stage. Aspen is surprisingly difficult. Some of the higher difficulty ones are like... The one on the next difficulty up, I had to stop playing the game. It made me rage quit. The buoy placement is ridiculous, and there's a difficulty even higher than that. That setting, putting him all the way up to the top, really has made this a little easier for me. Oh. When you make a mistake like that, you can pretty much like blow the entire race. I think on this difficulty they'll slow down a little bit for you. Sorry, sis. Yeah, even on normal difficulty, I struggle with this game quite a bit. Sometimes you just come across a game that isn't quite your cup of tea, but I still wanted to have a look at it. This game definitely has some fan service. The way they like jump around on the ski-doos when they're doing tricks. I recognize so many of the samples they use for the music in this. I'm pretty sure this entire soundtrack is just like little sample loops. I like the tiki theme. I like the tropical tiki theme on some of this stuff. It's funny to see how games from this era had like... They had a little bit more of like an art style to their menus and everything. These days you see that like super flat... The super flat style. The ultimate example that I use is like how Breath of the Wild is just, it's just like transparent blocks. It looks like cell phone menu stuff versus like Twilight Princess with all the really pretty embroidery in the menu. Probably use a little bit of boost on this stage. This one's a little easier. I spoke too soon. As soon as I start using boost, it's kind of a shame that there was never a sequel to this that had the best parts of the controls from 64 with some of the things that this one does right, like more unique characters. I'm still pretty impressed by how the water looks. And this game is like 25 years old now. Quarter of a century. The characters are a little blocky. You can definitely tell this is an early GameCube title. I am doing much better than I thought. Alright, this one's a little rough. So how exactly are they not dead? How have they not frozen to death? This is weird. I'm not familiar with this version of the stage. This is reverse. I must have done this already though, because I unlocked the next championship. This is a rough one. I'll probably eat it here. Yep. At least he didn't get stuck on something. I swear, it's like I could do better if I just didn't use the boost. Other than like total straight shots like this. The controls for this are actually, like, much more complicated than you would think. In the second part, you'll see when I go through training mode. I guess I should go through... I think I just went through the stunts. I should go through the regular controls in this episode. I'm not even going to go through there. I'm just going to go around. Is this slalom type thing where you have to go back and forth? Is that how, like, actual ski-doo racing is? Like, you can slip through here without crashing. Oh, she still beat me. She went over the jump just fine. It's alright, doesn't matter. Alright, now watch my confidence from beating this championship completely evaporate when we try the next one. I'm gonna have to do it with Ryota. He and his sister are the only two that I can play as. Normal circuit championship. Is this the victory celebration? Rob Haywood. Serena Del Mar. Ryota Hayami. Congratulations! On to the next circuit. Alright, let's try the next difficulty here. As you can see, I was unable to complete this before. Sticking with Ryota. He is, as they say, my boy. Which one did I get stuck on? Aspen. I started save scumming and I still couldn't do it. I didn't save scum in the race, I basically just gave myself infinite continues. Whoops, already missed one. You get out of the way! This, when the buoys are this, like, tight, I think this is the point where it starts to become not fun. This is crazy. Somehow I'm actually doing, like, way better than I was before. It really is that steering, whatever, tweaking the steering that I did in that extra menu helped so much. This jump here is like essential. If I screw that up, I am toast. All it takes is one little mistake and like you are done for. Yeah, I have blown the championship. That's why I would choose this one first. Yeah, I think we need to go back to snowboard and Ryota. Did these characters appear in any other extreme sports games? I think it was just 1080 in this. Immediately failed. I'll try it again, but with one of the other stages, and then I'll just stop. Guess I'll do this one. Once you get above beginner difficulty, the issues with the controls become much more apparent. You lot must be awfully chilly. I think stunt mode is actually much more fun than championship. Stunt mode and doing the time trial, just like tootling around through the level, not worrying about the buoys. Maybe I should just try to avoid doing that one jump on the Aspen stage. I don't think the computer has the ability to do the boost. Where does he go off of this? I can't do this here without eating shit on that little ledge right in the end there. Damn thing about this game is it keeps me coming back to play more, but I get so frustrated easily. He just biffed it. I'll take the miss there. I cannot get around the other side of that one without eating shit. Alright, I'll try and do a boost off of this. Hopefully I can avoid that little ledge in the end. There we go. I think that may be the first time I've ever done that. I know what's going to happen no matter how well I do on some of these other races. As soon as I get to the last one, the unlockable stage that's at the end, I'm gonna have a real hard time. Hopefully, maybe I can just come in first and have enough points to avoid that. Have enough points that I can do poorly on that stage. Try not to miss so many buoys that you can't just like boost and avoid a few right at the end. Yeah, let's get Aspen out of the way. That's my method for games like this. If they let you choose the stage, go for the hardest one. Go for the one you struggle with the most so you can get, if you fail it, you can get the failure out of the way and then just try again. Oh man, I keep doing that one the wrong way. This game makes me get aggressive with my controller, which I don't like. Wave Race 64 is not like that. Controls in that are very smooth and responsive. This one just, it often feels unresponsive. And I know that's probably because like the wave physics are more advanced, but I don't think that's a good thing. Fun should be the top priority. Look how much better I'm doing just by not using the boost. Even on that huge stretch there, I still almost screwed myself up by going into that rock. I don't know if it applies to the next championship, but so far on this one, I'm doing a hell of a lot better just by not boosting. Oh, screw you, Ricky. Little turd. Gotta get past me right at the end. I can't believe that I'm actually getting a little bit better at this game. I was so mad. You don't know how many times when I've recorded footage before. I've probably recorded about 3-4 hours maybe that I kept throwing away. Now I'm tied with that little shit. Yeah, I'm definitely still not gonna be able to beat this championship. I will get that feeling again if I play as Rob or Dave. I don't think they're advanced controls. I think they're shit controls. If you decide to play this, I would suggest just stick with Ryota and his sister, Akari. Oh boy, here we go. This stage is a bit of a nightmare too. So now if I were to miss 2 more buoys, I think that's pretty much like the end of the entire championship. I'm kind of glad this is happening. I don't want to do well enough that I keep practicing in this. My play sessions go almost exactly the same every time. I have a little bit of fun in the beginning and then the frustration mounts up and I say, nope, I'm done. I don't know how you're supposed to go over those jumps. Man, Ricky is doing like way too good. He's the hard skill limit here. Yep, that's it for that. Good. I want out. Oh my god. Well, I guess I'm not completely out of the championship, but I don't know how I'm gonna... That's a total disqualification, that one. I hear Donkey Kong 64 coin noises. Man, I really wish there was a way to like knock the other players out and disqualify them, like you can do in F-Zero. I just want to kill Ricky. I need to stop trying to take that shortcut. That only ever screws me up. Coming for you, Ricky.
I'm coming for you, Ricky.
No, it doesn't matter because I already lost so many points on that other one. I'm never going to be able to beat him unless he also came in 8th at some point, which doesn't look like it's ever going to happen here. Oh man, I almost lost a few positions there. I'm eating it right at the end. There's no way I'm going to come in first. There are racing sims that are easier than this. Water looks like it kind of freaks out a little bit there. Don't worry, there's frustration now, but the fun factor will increase once I get to just play around in stunt mode and look at some of the other characters. Oh no, oh no, oh no. God, I almost screwed that up royally. trying to do stunts every once in a while off of those and failing at it. I don't think you want to be doing stunts in this mode, though. Unless you're really good at, like, just sneaking one in here and there to get more boost. Yep, I think we ought to just throw in the towel here. Oh, it's gonna throw in the towel for me. Well, I'm glad that's over. That is more frustrating than fun. Okay, let's check out the tutorial real quick here. Okay, in the second episode, I've got everything from there down, so I just need to do these. Press the A button. Great job. Turn. I think if you do that too much on the stages where there's like a lot of waves, they can end up falling. This apparently is for, like, keeping them more stable on when there are big waves. You'll see in the next episode that I do the stunts. Okay, I'm not sure what I didn't do properly the first few times, but alright. This, I don't understand what the application of this is. Maybe to get yourself down so you can go over jumps when they're tight, when they're close to each other. I think you have to lean back a little bit before you go off jumps. Otherwise they'll eat it. Eat what? Chili dog? She wasn't going to make it. I had to cut that one off. These you have to be going pretty fast. Ooh, she does a little backflip for hers. Isn't she fancy? All of this is fine until you get into stages that have a lot of waves. Although I guess you're not doing stunts. At least I couldn't. They all have slightly different moves, I think. Those are really hard to do without eating shit. The backflip is much faster. If I do a quick trick, I usually go for the backflip. This one seems to be possible with lower speeds. Okay, that's it for those. Alright, I just wanted to show off the rest of those. I guess we can do a little stunt. Actually, no, I want a refresher course. Because I don't remember what half of the stunts are. Let's see what Rob's are. I haven't seen his yet. I'm not going to play as everybody. There are some characters in this that I just don't care about. Nigel, Dave, and Ricky, I do not like. Yeah, don't like him. Bit weird, isn't he? Basic. And I don't want to do too much of this because you'll see this again in the second episode. I wish there was just a list of them. Cans and knack-knacks. It's B up and down. Oh, there we go. I can do it without actually trying it. B left and right. B and then the circle. And the circle that way. Okay, those were the ones I wanted to see. Now we'll try a stunt. Yeah, I'm not going to play as him. I think she's the best for this, at least for me. She's also the most fun to look at because she's got them little short shorts on. Like I say, cute girls and good music can keep you playing a game longer than you normally would have. Oh god. We'll just go ahead and restart that. She has the best controls, even though it doesn't say it. Ayumi and Nigel have the highest controls. I think Akari is actually the best controlling character. She's a little bit slow, but it's fine. Even more than Ryota, I would suggest your very first time playing this, play as her. I'm gonna try one with him just to see, like, I know I can't control him very well. That's a pretty loading screen. This dude even do a handstand? Yeah. God, his controls are so bad. He and Rob control like shit. He's not quite as bad as Rob, but... yeah, I want maximum rage right now. I think you've come across a game that has an issue and you can't do something as simple as like going off a jump without eating shit. Ooh, Rob's got a bit of a temper. Well, I actually did that one. At least I did something. Go back to Akari. Ugh. At least I can actually perform some moves with her. I'll try this one with her. Oh wait, I meant to do the Arctic one. This is fine too. I want to try a higher difficulty one with her. I cannot go over that jump as her. Here's my challenge here. Go over this jump without eating shit with Akari. Okay. Well, I just did it. What did I do? Just pull back really far? Oh god, get back in normal position. It's really astonishing how much easier the game is when you play as her. I should say how much more fun. It is just straight up not fun to play as with Rob or Dave. I guess I'll show off some of the others, even though I don't like them. We should probably just take a look at them. Played as him. We've seen Rob. We'll give Nige a shot here. I want to see what his colors are. Nigel actually has like too much steering. See how he handles Ocean City. Ooh, that water though. Game's pretty frustrating, but them water physics. He almost controls like a character from the original. But man, he turns so sharp that you can spin out practically. What the heck was that? He just like flipped upside down and stayed there. You almost don't need to use L and R with him. So I think he is designed to control more like 64, because wasn't he like the main guy in 64? He was the green one, I think. I think strength is a factor when you're going off of those jumps. That's probably why Akari eats shit. I don't think her strength is very high. The others can handle kind of slamming on the jump a little bit. Even with the character that has like the best handling, you still totally lose control when you do the boost. The only one I haven't tried yet was Ricky. You'll see Serena in the next episode. I played as her quite a bit. Rainy, wouldn't that be snowy? Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me how well he controls. He's just kind of an obnoxious little shit. Ricky's try-hard cool. He reminds me of the kids I went to school with that were into, like, motocross. Wasn't Ricky, like, an adult in 1080? I thought he was, like, the main character of 1080. You know, his controls actually aren't bad either. I'm also not in a race, so it's not like a huge deal. They get like a little bit of anti-gravity for a second there. If they didn't, you'd pretty much only be able to do those off of a huge jump with boost. Another factor that isn't happening right now is the wake from the other racers. That can make it substantially more difficult. There were some codes that you put in to participate in, like, tournaments. They had, like, specific little hidden tournaments, and they would release the code, and you participated. And I think post your times, and you'd win something. I don't remember what the prize was. The conditions for those races are apparently pretty crazy, though. Okay, I want to do one more stunt, and then I think we'll be done here. Try it on hard. Oh, it's the rings. Shit. Just getting through the rings is hard enough. Yeah, she just really cannot go over those without biffing it. Alright, that's going to be it for Wave Race today. Some of this game is fun, and some of it is absolutely infuriating. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.